a Spanish civil servant skipped work for almost a decade and only gets fired. What a great situation. Oh man. Apparently they didn't realize that he had skipped work for 10 years. I mean, how does it take 10 years to find out that your employee isn't there? I have no idea. Maybe if you work from home, you can kind of skip out a little bit, but I don't know. Let's find out how they'd be doing it in Spain. A civil servant has been handed a 9-year ban from public posts. After it emerged, he had been absent from his $50,000 euro a year job for more than a decade. He got a 9-year ban from public posts. You're banned for 9 years for skipping work for 10 years. What a strange penalty. He's like, yeah, ban me for 9 years. Obviously, I'm never coming back here to work. Like, you don't want me here. Obviously, I can't do it. Like, what the hell is going on? He should be banned for life from a public post, right? This is a civil servant, right? This isn't, I don't know how this works over there, but like, are these like elected officials or something? It's a public servant, basically. And if you extremely violate your position as a public service, you should never be allowed back. You know, a 9-year ban. What are you talking about? You skipped work for 10 years and took money, our tax money, okay? You're never coming back. In fact, you got to give back that money. I don't even know if they're going to ask him for it, but let's see. Let's see. Maybe get into the article a little further, Jonesy, instead of just ranting up top. So every weekday morning, this guy named Carles Recio, who is an archives director, or was an archives director in Valencia's provincial government, would turn up at his office only to clock in and then head straight out again before coming back at 4 p.m. to clock out. It was a routine he managed to maintain for 10 years until last summer, when after colleagues began to raise suspicion, he was finally fired. To the anger of local authorities, an attempt to prosecute him was put aside by the state attorneys who considered that his chronic absence did not constitute a crime. Well, recently they came up with a decision on how to deal with this person, and it was to suspend him for 9 years. I mean, this is so bizarre. Like, obviously, fire him forever. What is wrong with you? I don't understand where you came up with this. Here's what I love about it, though. Pardon me. I love the balls on this guy. I mean, I've always wanted to do that. I always wanted to clock in and then just walk out and then come back later that day. We all dream of that when we have a crappy job. I've had crappy jobs, okay? Of course I've had crappy jobs. I've already told you about my bill collecting experience and how bad that was. Oh man, wanted to kill myself. I can't believe I lived through that. I really can't believe. If it wasn't for discovering like stand-up comedy, my life, I don't know what I would have done with my life. But yeah, hated it. I've waited tables, hated it. I've had 2 other office jobs that were short-lived that I hated. If something about in a cubicle with that awful lighting over your head just makes me feel like a rat of some sort, and I just can't handle it. So I would have loved to, in those instances, been like, click, I'm here, guys. Yeah, good morning. Yep. Hey, I'm gonna step out for some coffee. Be right back. Yeah, I'm gonna go to Dunkin's. Anybody want anything? Oh, large regular? Large regular? What do you want? A medium regular? What do you want? A large extra sugar? Extra cream, extra sugar? This is how we do it in Boston. Yeah, you want extra cream, extra sugar? You want a medium iced extra sugar? Sugar? Who wants sugar? And then I'd be like, okay, be back in a minute. And then come back at 4 with no iced coffee and clock out and go the F home. That's what I would like to do. You know, the other thing that raises issues here, and if you're in Spain, maybe you know this. I mean, how like disorganized is your government that this could happen? Like, how does your boss not know that you'd have come for a decade? Like, how does that not? No one filed some paperwork on this shit. Like, no one recognized like what this. Hey, anyone notice that Carlos isn't here, or whatever the hell the guy's name is in Spain? Carles. Anyone see Carles the past 5 years? No. I mean, how do you not know that a dude is showing up? Like, how disorganized is your central government? I mean, that's what I want to know. I thought the U.S. government was effed up. You know, I mean, in a country where you know, the leader can just golf a third of his term. I mean, just golf your life away, sir. Here's a country where you don't even have to work. You can clock in and then immediately leave, and no one gives a shit. No one cares. It takes 10 years for them to find out. Oh, here's another thing I want to know about it, and if I could get this guy on the phone, maybe my mediocre Spanish, we could get some answers out of him. I want to know where he went every day. Where do you think he went? A park? You know, would you go to the coffee shop? You can't just go to Starbucks every day for 8 hours. That would just get so boring. So I'm imagining, what would I do? I would experiment with all sorts of different experiences. I'd go to the dog track. Hey, well, what's that like? I would go feed the pigeons, of course. Maybe I'd take up some strange hobby, like, I don't know, I can't even think of one right now. But here's a question. What would you guys do, my fellow weirdos? What would you do? If you're going to clock out of work for 10 years and you had all this free time, like, where would you go? What would you do? I would love to hear that. Get creative, okay? Call into Weird AF News, and I'll publish your suggestions. The number's 646-450-2012. You can email me, funnyjones@gmail.com, as you know. You can also DM me at funnyjones on Instagram and the Twitter, and Comedian Jonesy on Facebook.